Hi guys, welcome to the JomHack Mixer. It's a new experience running this event on a new platform. So I hope you guys are all connected and you can view the video. So while you are on the lounge, everybody would have been pulled into this main briefing. So I'm just like to welcome you all first and just give an introduction for those of you who are not very familiar with JomHack. I hope you are familiar, but if you're not, then well, what we do is we run hackathons. That's what we specialize in and what we've been always doing. So while I'm talking, you can feel free to raise your hands. There's actually a feature here that says raise hands. So if you want to ask a question, you can raise your hand and I can pull you in. Or you can just put it on chat and I can see your questions and just answer if you have any questions. If not, you can just join this. So for those who are joining in, I hope you are tuned in. All right, we have more people joining in. All right. Okay, so as I was saying, JomHack is basically a hackathon organizer. That's what we do. So it's one of my community initiatives as part of the many startup and entrepreneurship related initiatives that I do. So JomHack was started in about 3 years ago, 4 years ago, and then we started with some hackathons. Of course, we started with physical hackathons. That's what we specialize in. We used to do those 24-hour intensive hackathons. And I'm sure some of you might have participated in some of our events. And I mean, most hackathons are very similar, but we believe that JomHack events are always a bit better than other events. But now, with the current situation, uh, of course, we are doing a hybrid model. Of course, it's a virtual plus physical event. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to do the hacking phase on the virtual stage, and then we still try to get the top 10 teams or the top 20 teams to a physical event to demo. Because personally, me and also our partners, our corporate sponsors and all that, they feel like if it's 100% virtual, it doesn't have the same feel. I mean, I think our previous event in August, we had one IOI hackathon. Some of the participants also commented that the feel is not the same. Even the hacking virtually from home, everybody hopes that we can be in the same building and hack together. Of course, that's the best, but ideal situation. But now with our current situation, we don't want to risk it. Although the SOP actually allows, I think currently up to 250 people in a building. But with the distancing and all, you can't sit like a team together on the same table, right? Then three members in a team or five members have to be separated. So then it doesn't really serve the purpose. So, and also we don't want to risk starting a new cluster and getting infections and all that. So we want the participants, our community, to be safe as well. So for that reason, we are not doing physical hackathons at the moment. But in August, we did one virtual plus hybrid model where we did 1 week of hacking virtually, and the whole thing was done on Slack. And we selected the top 10 teams to come and pitch at the final event, which was a physical event. So that was quite an exciting event, and the prizes were great. And the winning teams were also very great. The solutions were amazing. Our partner IOI properties were very happy with all the results and the kind of things that our tech community came up with. And currently we have two events coming up. Hi guys. Right, so everybody's on the chat. Good. So we have two more events actually coming up this month, and it's overlapping on the same week actually. No, no, due to all the delays and all, the dates had to be changed so many times. MCO, and then after MCO, then the CMCO. So somehow we ended up with two hackathons in the same week. So first we have InvestHack with Bursa Malaysia and CIMB Securities. So that is a hackathon for basically to reimagine how we do investing. So I'm sure some of you are already, investing in the share market. You buy and sell shares. Some may not have touched it at all. But that is also an exciting thing because how do we make it more accessible? So one of the main reason, the main aim of this InvestHack is to make share investing more exciting, more accessible for everyone, to get more, young people. Because based on their statistics, I think less than 10%, but 7 to 8% of Malaysians are employed Malaysians are, involved in the share market or buying and selling and trading. So they want, more people to be attracted and to come on board and get into this scene. And also in terms of financial literacy as well, to get people to learn more about investing and how they can get financially more secure. So that's the reason for InvestHack, and I hope you guys come and join as well. I mean, if you're the usual hackathon uh, junkie, you would definitely want to be there. Exciting first prizes, cash prizes. First prize is 20,000 ringgit. Second prize is, if I'm not mistaken, 10,000 ringgit. Third prize is 5,000 ringgit. So that's InvestHack by Bursa Malaysia. So that's happening on the 17th to 19th of November, the virtual hacking. We're closing the registration by the 15th. So make sure if you're interested, please sign up, fill up the form by the 15th, send in a registration. The virtual hacking will be from the 17th of 19th. So that's when you really need to be there. We have a virtual briefing on the 16th as well. Basically, the moment we close the registration, we will be having a virtual briefing on the 16th of November for all the selected teams. And 17, 18, 19 will be the actual virtual hackathon. And then after that, we have our pitching for the top 20, which will be virtual. So it'll be fully virtual. You guys will be dialing in from your own place and pitching for the top 20 teams on the 28th of November. And then from that, we will be selecting the top 10 teams. So the top 10 teams at the moment, the finals is scheduled to be in KL. So we are still hoping that, by then we will be able to do a physical event. So that depends on our partner as well, whether they want to have a physical event. So for now, the plan remains the same. The top 10 team will be coming back on the 5th of December to pitch in front of the grand judges at Bursa Malaysia HQ. In case there's any last minute changes, then we might turn it into a virtual event as well. But for now, it's still a physical. So the top 20 pitching will be virtual, and the top 10 pitching the finals will be a physical event. Okay, then next we have Can You Hack It? So Can You Hack It is back. We've done two Can You Hack It's before. So in 2018 and 2019, this is Can You Hack It is basically a hackathon brand for Hong Leong Group. And we did two physical events. And this year we are doing a datathon. So Can You Hack It Datathon is more focused on data. So this is also very interesting because it's not focused on just coding or app development. So even if you guys are not coders, you're not programmers, you can join this. So the focus of this datathon is more on data insights. So they want people to be able to generate meaningful insights from data. So not just about building an app. So you are even allowed to use existing software. So if you can analyze something using existing software, that's allowed as well. But of course, you can build an app if you want. If you're a coder, obviously you want to build an app that does something with the data. Or you can just develop an algorithm, right? If you have an algorithm that does something exciting with the data to create some meaningful insights, whether it's for marketing purpose or business decisions, anything, right? So we have all the challenges, the problem statements, which you can see on our JomHack page on the event websites. So that's for the datathon. So that is happening on, this month as well. So same closing date on the 15th November for the application. But the virtual hackathon is happening on the 20th till 22nd. So that's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 20th, 21st, 22nd November, we'll be doing the virtual hackathon, the datathon. And the final for the top 10 will be in KL on the 28th. So on the 28th is actually the pitching is also overlapping. So the top 20 pitch for InvestHack and the top 10 finals for Can You Hack It Datathon will be on the same day. You guys probably can't join both hackathons. You have to pick either one. And for Can You Hack It Datathon, the final grand finals for the top 10 will be on the 28th at it's called Jumpstart at 65. It's actually, they told me that is the first ever Hong Leong Bank branch in Malaysia. And now it's been turned into like an innovation house. It's called Jumpstart at 65. It's at Jalan Tun HS Lee, very close to Pudu area. So that's like the innovation house now. And they have an event space there. So we will be doing there, of course, with all the SOPs in place. We have holding areas for the teams, and the teams will be pitching one by one. But in case any of the teams are in a location in a state that is under lockdown or in a red zone, they're not able to travel, then we may allow you to dial in remotely and pitch to the judges as well. But the judges will all be there at the event. So that is something that we can discuss later. But these are the two events that's happening now. If you want more info, forgot to mention, for Can You Hack It Datathon, the first prize is 15,000. So that's a great prize as well. In total, it's about 24,000 in cash prizes. So both events have very exciting cash prizes. And that's, I think, very encouraging for our partners as well to be able to be so generous. It's very encouraging to see that, and hope you guys will join and benefit. For more info, you can go to our JomHack Facebook page. and all the information is there. There's also another Facebook page for Can You Hack It. There's a dedicated community now for Can You Hack It. So you can just search for Can You Hack It on Facebook, go to the Facebook page. All the event details are there, and you can click and go to the website and read the terms and conditions, all the FAQ, all the details you need to know, and then sign up for the events. And of course, if there's something there that you're still not sure, you can always buzz us on our JomHack page. Our team is always ready to answer all your questions. You can buzz us on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on Twitter. You can email us. So we will always help you to get all the information that you need. So that's the two events that are happening. All right. So any questions? Anything you guys want to ask about JomHack? Any of our upcoming events? Feel free to put it on the chat. We'll see some familiar faces. Okay, so one of the reasons why we are doing this on Airmeet today, because we are also always testing new interactive platforms for virtual events. There are many platforms available. I mean, the basic thing we've actually done a hackathon, an entire virtual hackathon on WhatsApp group. That was, I think, 2 years ago. So the whole hackathon was done on a WhatsApp group, and everybody is just on text chat. And that was a great event. We actually managed to get some great solutions out of that event. And then beginning of, earlier in August, we did the IOI hackathon, which was the virtual part. The whole thing was done on Slack. So all the teams were assigned on Slack. The mentoring sessions, everything was done on Slack. So some of the teams then scheduled their own like Zoom calls with the mentors if they needed to do a video chat. So that was done on Slack, and also very great results. Although there's more drop off, teams sometimes tend to just fade away after a while because the interaction is not as intense as a physical event. But we still had a lot of submissions, great submissions, and the top 10 teams that came to pitch at the finals were great. So the virtual plus physical hybrid model is still very good. And it's always better than not having any hackathons, right? Because we don't know how long this situation will continue with all these SOPs and limitations. So we can't just not have any kind of activities for our tech community. So organizing these virtual hackathons is still exciting for me, and I feel like it will definitely benefit our tech community in many ways. So I hope you guys will enjoy these events as well. So Airmeet is one of the platforms that we've been also testing because we feel like we need to have a more interactive session. So, and this platform is actually quite great. So after I finish my session, you guys can actually mingle with each other. So the reason why we're using platform is not just a one-way broadcast. If not, we can just do a Facebook Live, just straight webinar, which is quite boring. It's like watching a YouTube video, right? But this platform allows you to actually chat with each other. So once my session is done, you will see tables, virtual tables. So if you feel like chatting with someone, you can just click on a virtual table. And I just learned that there's a feature for speed dating. I will enable that. And I think you can chat with different people, a video chat with different people with a certain timer going on. So that should be interesting as well. We have quite a bit of, I think it's about 15 people here, so you guys can get to know each other. So instead of just watching a one-way broadcast of a video, it's good to also chat with each other as well. So that's pretty much what's going on. And at JomHack, we're always trying to come up with new programs, new exciting events for our tech community. So it's not only for people who like hackathons. We also do workshops, trainings for very general, anything tech, right? Anyone who likes tech, anyone who likes coding, programming, designing, of course, data science, data analytics. So pretty much any kind of tech stuff. So it's not only for startups. So it's not only for startups and entrepreneurs. You can be anywhere, right? You can be a government servant, you can be part of an SME, you can be a business owner. As long as you're interested in tech, JomHack is a community that provides something for you. That's what we want it to be. And it's not exclusive, right? We work very closely with all other communities as well. There's so many our friends who also run other tech communities on Facebook, mainly on Facebook. And two of our guests are here. Actually, we have two very interesting guests today. So the first guest, Izzuddin, actually runs JomWeb, and they run a program called Jom Launch every year. And he runs a very big tech community. I'm part of the tech community as well. Very exciting. There are a lot of resources shared, and the community benefits a lot of people. And Izzuddin has been running that for very long. And later we'll chat with him about how he got into doing that. And we have Yoktian, superstar hackathon champion. He's even won my hackathons as well. So he's known to win a lot of hackathons, and at some point he was even a professional hackathoner. I don't know whether that's a word, but I guess you can use it. Where he was full time just joining hackathons and winning hackathons. So and he runs a community called Hackathon Kaki. I'm sure many of you are in that community as well. Also a very active community on Facebook with a lot of resources related to hackathons and other tech stuff. So we will be talking to these two guys about what makes them tick. Right, Hazika is interested to be part of InvestHack. All right, cool. So you can always check the link. I will share some of the links in the chat later. Oh, you know what? Let's do that now. Where is where? All right, just give me a minute. Let me just find the link. Okay, so I've shared the link. That's the link to the event website for InvestHack. So you can just click on it, go to the event website, read more about InvestHack, and then fill up the application form. Theme of Datathon. All right, okay. Let's see. Can you hack it? Let me just open up the Can You Hack It site. Just give me a minute. All right, so let me just share the link first. Okay, so for who was that earlier? Sorry. Up Power. Okay. So you asked about the Datathon, right? So Datathon is for Hong Leong Bank. So basically banking. So the data sets will be provided. You'll be provided with mock data sets, of course, simulated data from the bank. So it's very similar to the real data they have in the bank. So the Datathon is basically to do something exciting with bank data. So if you like banking stuff, if you think that there's a lot of interesting things you can do with data that comes from a bank, then that's a hackathon that a Datathon you should join. In terms of challenges, these are the challenges. Sorry. So in terms of the challenges, the main thing is basically to come up with something innovative. So we haven't finalized on the exact problem statements yet. Unlike InvestHack, for Datathon, we haven't zoomed in on the actual problem statements, but the problem statements will be revealed for the registered participants. So during the briefing, before we kick off the Datathon, we will release the problem statements, and we will give some time for the teams to discuss. And then after that, you can the mentors will guide you as well. And we'll actually have specific mentors from Hong Leong Bank for each of the challenges, the problem statements that they give. But the general challenge is banking. So anything you feel like you want to do something cool in the space of banking, you can join this event. But whereas the specific challenges, it'll only be revealed just before the kickoff. For InvestHack, we actually have already published the problem statements. If you go to the website, you can have a look. There are 4 challenges for InvestHack. The first one is to attract more Malaysian retail investors into share investing, to introduce share investing and then to attract more people. The second one is to improve financial literacy among Malaysians. Of course, mainly about investing, but also general financial literacy. Like how can we educate Malaysians better about being financially secured, investing, savings, and obviously someday to reach financial independence. The third one is how do we assist Malaysians to overcome herding behavior. So there's a thing called herding behavior when it comes to share investing, where people easily just get triggered to just follow what everybody does. So that may not be a very good thing. So how can we solve that problem? How do we avoid that? So that's challenge number 3. And challenge number 4 is actually something very interesting. How do you answer this question? Do you have stock tips? That's what everybody asks the moment they're interested in investing into shares, right? Buying stocks and all that. You want to go to the stock market, where do I get stock tips? So how do you answer this question? How do you make this better? How do you allow retail investors to access stock tips and knowledge, and even the things that, like, for example, Bursa Malaysia, they have so many platforms where they provide a lot of education and knowledge, but it doesn't reach the masses. So how can you connect that? how can you bridge that? How can you make it easy for people to learn more about stocks and investing and get the right tips, get the right knowledge? So these are the four general challenges, the four themes for InvestHack. And, you can try to come up with whatever that you feel is really cool and innovative. Of course, we always make sure the problem statements are very general because we don't want to give a brief like how we would brief an agency, right? Say this is exactly what you need to build. Then there's no challenge there. So the problem statements are always very general because we want the teams to be very creative, to think of something really cool which fits within the general problem statement, and hopefully the judges will like it. And for the cash prizes that are being offered, I think it's very generous, and you guys can afford to put a lot of resources and time into this to come up with something really cool. All right, so these are the two events that are happening soon. So I hope you guys will be interested to join these events. Okay, we have more people joining in. Welcome, guys. For the new viewers who joined us, feel free to ask questions. There's a feature that says raise hands. So that is a feature where you click and I can pull you into audio so you can actually ask questions using a mic while we are doing this broadcast. But if you're shy, you don't want to, speak on the video, you can always just put a question like the rest of you guys. Just put your questions into the chat, and I will try to answer. And for more information, I think Hazika something. May I know who should I refer? Okay, so you can go to the website of the events, whichever event that you're interested in, and just read about the event first. Read the FAQ, read the terms and conditions, so you know exactly what the event is about. And you can click on the contact information from the website, or you can come to JomHack on the JomHack, our Facebook page, and you can just PM us. Just send an inbox message and we will reply you. So we'll always, because we are the one running the event for partners. So InvestHack is for Bursa Malaysia, and Can You Hack It Datathon is for Hong Leong Bank. So we will help you with anything you need to know about the events. So now we'll take a short break before we bring in our first guest. And while we're having this break, you guys can actually try to mingle with each other. So we have a platform where there's virtual tables. The moment you click on join a table, you'll be taken into a video chat together with whoever is on the table. So hopefully you get to meet each other and get to know each other on video. Please turn on your video cameras. Don't be so shy. Turn on your webcam so that we get to see. With all these restrictions, it's not like we get to meet a lot of people nowadays. So it's good to turn on your video camera and just network with each other. All right. So we'll take a short break and we'll come back with our first guest, Izzuddin, in about 5 minutes. All right.